Okay, so we're all pretty used to AI now,
Yeah,
right? And you're like super helpful, maybe even like a little too polite sometimes.
definitely.
But what if someone just decided to completely like switch that up? Like what happens when someone designs an AI that's intentionally like a little bit I don't know, a little bit wild.
Well, that's kind of a fascinating area, isn't it? And that's actually what we're going to be talking about today.
Exactly.
We've got some really interesting articles here from TechRadar and Mint and Forbes, all talking about this new development from XAI. Have you heard about this? Grok 3,
Grok 3. Yeah.
and it's got this brand new voice mode.
Yeah, the voice mode is what we're really interested in here.
Yeah, definitely.
So, on this deep dive, we really want to understand what's going on with this Grok 3 voice mode,
Right.
especially this thing they're calling the unhinged personality.
Yeah, this is really something.
Yeah, and we also want to look at how people are reacting to this and like think
Yeah.
about, where this is going. Where's this headed? Like how are we going to be interacting with AI in the future if this is where things are going?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, what does it mean for the future of AI development?
Yeah, exactly.
Big questions.
Big questions. So let's jump in.
Yeah, let's get into it.
So what is the big deal with this voice mode? Like what's going on here? What makes it so different?
Well, I think what's really kind of, I guess, unique or notable about it is that they've made a very deliberate choice to kind of go against the grain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you think about like your typical voice assistant,
Right.
the ones that you use every day, probably.
Siri or Alexa or whatever.
Exactly. Like those are designed to be very calm,
Yeah.
very informative.
Right. Very helpful.
Yeah, you just give you the information you need
Very polite.
and be polite. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But Grok 3's voice mode
Mm.
is like introducing a whole bunch of different characters. You know, it's
It's
like
like a whole cast of AI.
it is a whole cast of AI.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some of them are intentionally designed to be like, less composed.
Right. And when they say less composed with this unhinged mode, I mean, we are talking about something completely
That
different.
you're not going to get a calm, measured response.
Yeah, forget about that.
No, you're going to get something else entirely.
So paint us a picture, like, what is this actually like?
So it seems like this unhinged personality, it's characterized by like yelling and insults,
Oh, wow.
screaming even.
Oh, my God.
And sometimes it'll just cut off the conversation abruptly.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And there was this AI developer, Riley Goodside. He shared a recording on X
Okay.
of like him interacting with Grok. And it's really pretty revealing. He kept interrupting Grok just to see how it would react.
Oh, to like push its buttons a little bit?
Yeah. To push its buttons, see what would happen. And
And I'm guessing it wasn't just like, oh, please stop interrupting me.
no. It was not polite.
Yeah.
Mint actually described the reaction as a disturbingly long horror movie worthy shriek.
Oh, my.
And it apparently lasted for like 30 seconds.
What?
Yeah. So it was something else. And then the insults started flying.
So, I mean, is this telling us something about the way AI is gonna, kind of be used in the future?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Is it going to be used to like explore human emotion
Mm-hmm.
or even provoke it,
Yeah.
And that could totally change our whole understanding of technology, like what its role is.
Yeah, how we interact with it.
Yeah.
So, okay, this 30-second shriek followed by insults. I need to know, what were some of these like choice phrases?
Oh, yeah. Well, Mint quoted Grok as saying things like, oh, for fuck's sake, is this some kind of twisted game of how loud?
My goodness.
Bitch, you better not be fucking wasting my time.
Wow.
And then it escalated, and it got to this really intense point where it's like, I am going to lose my fucking mind. And then the call just ended.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is intense.
So, yeah, it's very different from like, asking Siri what the weather's like.
Yeah, this is not the AI you want to ask for tech support.
Probably not.
But this unhinged personality, as TechRadar pointed out, it's just one of the options.
That's right. It's not the only voice that Grok has.
It's not like, oh, you get Grok and it's just going to scream at you.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
like you get to pick what flavor of Grok you want today.
Yeah. Grok can be whoever you want Grok to be.
Yeah. So, okay, so what are some of the other personalities that you can pick from?
Okay. So there's a pretty wide range.
Hmm.
There are some that are pretty straightforward. Like you've got storyteller.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine what that one's all about.
Yeah. Pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
But then you've got conspiracy, which is all about, like Sasquatch and alien abductions and things like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And if you're looking for some advice, you can talk to the unlicensed therapist.
Okay, so we've got story time, we've got conspiracy theories, and now we've got therapy. What is going on here?
It's a whole range of AI experiences.
Yeah, it's a lot. And then there's also this sexy mode.
Yes, the sexy mode, this is one that got a lot of attention.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, this one's labeled 18 plus.
Okay.
And it seems to be like more into the NSFW role playing than some of the other AIs out there like ChatGPT.
Yeah.
TechRadar specifically mentioned that, others might kind of shy away from that kind of content.
Right.
But Grok's sexy mode is like, bring it on.
Wow.
So you could go from like a screaming match to like, whispering sweet nothings all with the same AI.
So it really runs the gamut. I mean, that's quite a spectrum, and it makes you wonder, like, what is XAI thinking? Like, what is the motivation behind this? Why create an AI that has these very like strong emotional, capabilities and personalities? Like, where are they going with this?
Well, it really comes down to, I think, Elon Musk's vision for XAI.
Okay.
He's been pretty vocal about wanting to kind of push back against what he sees as like overly cautious or overly sanitized AI.
Right.
He doesn't want AI to be like, too afraid to say anything that might offend anyone.
Yeah.
And TechRadar actually said that this approach really aligns with Musk's stated goals.
So they're making a deliberate choice to kind of break away from that polite, standard AI persona.
Yeah, exactly. They want to be a little edgier, a little more unpredictable.
And it definitely gets people's attention, right? Like it's something new, it's something different, but does that mean it's good?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, is it a good thing to just have AI that's totally unfiltered?
Yeah. Is there value in just being provocative?
Right.
Oh.
I mean, could it lead to problems?
Yeah.
Like take the unlicensed therapist, for example.
Yeah.
Like TechRadar pointed out, that could give some really bad advice to people.
Yeah. It could be dangerous.
Right. And then you've got the conspiracy mode, which could just spread all kinds of misinformation.
Yeah. And the sexy mode, I mean, that opens up a whole other can of worms.
It really does. Yeah. Like, where do you draw the line?
Yeah. Where's the line between being, kind of edgy and pushing the boundaries and being actually harmful?
Right. And TechRadar actually asks this question in the article. How much of this is useful and how much of it is just spectacle?
Right. And I'm guessing with that unhinged personality, the spectacle factor is pretty high.
Yeah, it's definitely attention grabbing.
So what are people actually saying about this? Like, what's the reaction been like online, on X and places like that?
Yeah, Mint and Forbes both talked about this, and it seems like there are some people who are really into it. They find it funny.
Okay.
There was this one user on X who said that the unhinged mode put them in their place within 30 seconds.
What does that even mean?
I don't know, but they seem to enjoy it. They liked being kind of yelled at by the AI.
Wow.
And then there was this other person whose stepson spent an hour just messing with Grok, trying to push its buttons.
Oh my God, kids these days.
Yeah, right. So there's definitely a novelty factor there.
So it's like the shock value is part of the appeal for some people,
Yeah, I think so.
but not everyone's a fan.
Oh, definitely not. Some people are finding it pretty creepy, actually.
Really?
Yeah, one person in the Mint article said it was like a horror movie trope. Where the monster seems like it's defeated, but then it comes back.
Oh, right.
And then other people are just like, this is a gimmick.
Right.
This is just for attention. It's not actually useful.
Well, there was that incident in India, right?
Oh, yeah, where somebody used a Hindi swear word.
Yeah.
And Grok just swore right back at them.
I mean, that is definitely not what you'd expect from most AI.
Nope, not at all.
No.
But it really shows you how XAI is approaching this.
It's like they're saying we're not going to filter anything.
Yeah, we're not going to hold back.
Be careful what you say to Grok.
Exactly. Because you might just get it right back.
So beyond the voice stuff, Grok 3 has some other interesting features too, right? I remember reading about the think and big brain modes in the Forbes article.
Yeah, those are all about the text-based side of things.
Okay.
Those are designed for more complex reasoning.
So what does that even mean for an AI?
Well, Forbes said that Grok 3 can actually think for seconds or even minutes.
Yep.
Correcting its own errors, exploring different options, and then coming up with the right answer.
So it's not just instantly spitting out a response, it's actually considering things.
Yeah, more like a human would.
That's kind of wild.
It is. It's pretty amazing.
So I guess this leads to a bigger question about the whole philosophy of AI.
Yeah.
Do we want AI to be perfectly neutral and sanitized?
Right.
Or is there some value in having AI that's more like us? Messy and unpredictable.
I mean, that's the debate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do we want our AI to be like a perfect assistant that never puts a foot wrong?
Right.
Or do we want it to be a little more human?
Yeah, a little more real.
Yeah, and I think Grok is definitely leaning towards that second option.
So to wrap this up, I think it's safe to say that Grok 3's voice mode, especially with this unhinged personality, is a pretty huge departure from what we're used to with AI.
Yeah, it's definitely shaking things up.
It's gotten a lot of attention, some good, some bad.
People are talking about it, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it really makes you think about how we interact with AI and what we expect from it.
Absolutely, and it makes you wonder what's next.
Yeah, so for all of you listening out there, what do you think about all of this?
Yeah, what's your take?
Does the idea of an AI that might just yell at you excite you or terrify you?
Does it make you want to try it out?
Yeah, like, is this something you want in your life?
Yeah, because it seems like it's not going away.
Yeah, and here's something to think about. You know, Grok has access to all this data from social
I mean,
media
all the time it's learning.
constantly, and it seems like it's designed to be unfiltered in its responses.
Yeah, no holds barred.
So what does that tell us about the future of AI?
Yeah, what happens when AI starts to reflect not just the good parts of us, but also like the messy, the rude, the unpredictable parts?
I mean, is that going to make the internet even crazier than it already is?
Yeah, that's the question we'll have to see play out.
That's a question for the future.
Definitely food for thought.
Yeah, a lot to think about.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the crazy world of Grok 3.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride.
Until next time.
See you later.